Have a nice day. Today is Friday, 19th of January 2024. On 19th of January, this day is celebrated as World Cork Day. Officially celebrates Cork and its many benefits. Cork is an European superfood staking its claim on supermarket shelves worldwide. Cork is a delicious, high protein, low fat alternative to soft cheese and yogurt that can be used for baking, cooking, and blending. From the history point of view, in 1966, an Indian politician and a Congress leader belonging to the prominent Nehru family, Indira Gandhi, was elected India's fourth and first female prime minister. In 1969, on the same day, Sikh student Jan Pillai died 3 days after self-immolating to protest Slovakia's invasion by the Soviet Union. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that China widens our trade highway in South America with new mega port project. The $3.5 billion deep water port in the Peruvian fishing town of Chanske will be the first controlled by China in South America. Set to start operations late this year, the project, which is a part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, will provide the Asian nation a direct gateway to resource-rich region. Ships are anchored near the construction site of new Chinese megaport in Chanque, Peru. The Hindu newspaper also states that mass public sector strike adds to Northern Ireland's prolonged political crisis. The walkouts came with a no end in sight to protracted political crisis that has left the United Kingdom province without a developed government for almost 2 years. People demonstrate with the placards in the support of the striking public sector workers in Belfast on Thursday. The Hindu newspaper also states that Jaishankar holds bilateral meetings with the counterparts of from Egypt, Maldives, Angola, and Belarus in Uganda. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar's visit to Kampala is part of his two-nation tour to Uganda and Nigeria. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar meets with the Angolan Foreign Minister Teti Antonio in Kampala on Thursday. External Affairs Minister Ajay Shankar on Thursday held a series of bilateral meetings with his counterparts from Egypt, the Maldives, Angola, and Belarus, during which he discussed with them issues of the mutual interests and expanding cooperation in the multilateral fora. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that 5 Métis killed as Manipur violence refuses to ebb. Manipur security advisor Kuldeep Singh said that before Wednesday's attack on the police personnel in Moreh town on border with the Myanmar, an intelligence report had suggested that insurgents, including reinforcement from Burma, could attack security forces. 5 people belonging to the Métis community were killed in 2 separate incidents of firing in Manipur on Thursday, a day after 2 police personnel were killed in an attack by armed assailants. Police personnel fired tear gas towards the woman who came to meet Manipur Chief Minister N. Byron Singh in Impal Thursday, January 18, 2023. Indian Express also states that 12 children, 2 teachers die as overloaded boat capsize in Vadodara's Harni Lake zone. While the boat had a capacity to carry 16 passengers, police said it had 34 occupants, 30 students, and 4 teachers. At the time of the incident, 18 students and 2 teachers were rescued after the capsize. At least 12 school children in the age group of 10 to 13 years and 2 teachers died after a boat overturned in Harni Lake of Vadodara during a school picnic on Thursday. Rescue operations is currently underway at Harni Lake in Vadodara, where a boat carrying school children who were on a picnic overturned on a Thursday evening. Indian Express also states that Prime Minister Modi likely to take part in 140 public events across India in run-up to Lok Sabha polls. Modi may take a part in 140 public events across the nation in run-up to Lok Sabha polls. Prime Minister Narendra Modi waves to people gather for his welcome at a tree prayer in Thrissur district. Point out as the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Indian Meteorological Department plans to generate data to check impact of adverse climate events. Union Minister Kiran Rijiju and others during the release of the logo commemorating 150 years of the Indian Meteorological Department in New Delhi on Tuesday. The Indian Meteorological Department will generate climate data to help minimize adverse effect on agriculture, health, power, and water services. Under the newly launched National Framework for Climate Services (NFCS), people familiar with the matter said on Thursday. Hindustan Times also states that eyewitnesses identifies JKLF chief Yasin Malik as a main shooter in IAF Mian's killing. A retired officer of the Indian Air Force IAF, a crucial eyewitness in killing of 4 IAF personnel in 1990, on Thursday identified JKLF Yasin Malik as the main shooter. He was disposed before a specialty ADA court in Jammu pertaining to the case of the killing that happened at Rawalpura on the outskirts of the Srinagar. Hindustan Times also states that a Smart Cities Mission 400 projects in over 10 cities may miss a revised deadline. In New Delhi, as many as 400 projects being undertaken by about 10 cities under the centre's flagship Smart Cities Mission SCM are unlikely to meet the extended deadline of the June 2024, an official aware of the matter said on Thursday. A total of 100 smart cities have been selected through the 4 round of the competitions from the January 2016 to June 2018. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs extended for a second time Smart Cities mission by any year till June 2024 to complete the pending work after requests from some cities that sought more time to complete their ongoing projects. We are tracking these 400 odd projects regularly. There is no doubt that other remaining projects will be completed. A Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs official said, adding that some of the stalled projects, including road building works, stuck due to land disputes. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, objective should be a secure real GDP growth of at least 7%. The first advanced estimate released by the National Statistical Office (NSO) earlier this month said the country's economy is expected to grow at 7.3% in the current fiscal. For financial year 2024-25, the focus should be sustained growth momentum by securing real GDP growth of at least 7%, an article published in the Reserve Bank of India's monthly bulletin for January said. The author further said that the balance sheet of financial institutions need to be strengthened and asset quality improved even further. From the business point of view, permanent solution for public stock holding a top priority for Indians. Some WTO World Trade Organization members, including the United States and Europe, and have been trying to shift the narrative of food security and public stock holding (PSH) to value chain market access and export restrictions. A permanent solution at World Trade Organization will give India and coalition of developing countries and the flexibility to give out higher farm support. As per World Trade Organization norms, agriculture subsidy should not exceed 10% of the value of the agricultural productions for developing countries, but developing nations receive certain protections. Rate cuts not even under discussion as the Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikanta Das said consumer price index CPI inflation has moderated from a peak of 7.8% immediately after the onset of the Ukraine-Russia war and has come within the Reserve Bank of India's target range of 2 to 6%. Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikanta Das. Stock market today indices continue downward slide as Sensex plunged over 314 points, Nifty down to 21,462. The slide is caused by a weak financial banking and IT shares. Investors are said to have turned a caution after the lower than expected quarterly results. Massive selling by foreign institutional investors in previous sessions continue to leave its impact. Both the Sensex Nifty indices went on to touch intraday low soon at 71,018 and 21,406 marks, respectively, in the early hours of trade. Going towards the world news, including we obviously see it differently. Netanyahu, United States take opposing a stand on the setting up Palestinian state post-war. Three British MPs a table motion demanding Indian government to deliver justice to Kashmiri Pandits. Iran-Pakistan strikes. United States criticizes Tehran. China as Russia calls for maximum restraint. China Philippines agree to lower tensions on South China Sea confrontations. Artificial intelligence is the buzz, the big opportunity, and the risk to watch among the Davos United States military launched another barrage of missiles against Houthi sites in Yemen. Going towards the science and technology, cloned rhesus monkey reaches adulthood for the first time. His name is Retro. Scientists say that they have cloned a rhesus macaque for the first time and it has survived to adulthood. Chinese scientists on Tuesday announced that they have cloned a rhesus monkey that lived to adulthood. 2-year-old Retro has made it to adulthood, and this is the first time the species has been cloned. Retro is a healthy 2-year-old rhesus macaque. Indian tectonic plate that causes Himalayas to grow could be splitting Tibet. Tibet might be splitting in half as the Indian continental plate crashes into the European plate, causing the Himalayas to grow. The Indian tectonic plate's movement causes the Himalaya to grow, but the same process may also be tearing apart the Tibet into two, geophysicists have discovered. It was not known that continental tectonic plates could behave in this way. Apple to remove blood oxygen feature from some watches after United States ban. Apple will remove the blood oxygen monitoring feature from the Apple Watch 9 and Ultra 2 sold in the United States due to the patent infringement claim. Apple Watch Series 9. At last, there's a famous quotation said by APJ Abdul Kalam, whose full name was Awal Pakir Jainul Abidin Abdul Kalam. Birth anniversary 15th of October 1931. Up to 27th of July 2015, was an Indian aerospace scientist and a statesman who served as the 11th president of the India from the 2002 to 2007. He was born and raised in the Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, and he studied physics and aerospace engineering. He spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and a science administrator, mainly at the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO) and Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO), and was intimately involved in the India's civilian space program and the military missile development efforts. He thus came to be known as the Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He also played a pivotal organizational and a technical and a political role in the India's Pokhran second nuclear test in 1998, the first since the original nuclear test by India in 1974. Mr. Kalam says a famous quotation. He says that if you fail, never give up, because a fail means first attempt in learning and is not the end. In fact, end means effort never dies. If you get no as an answer, remember no means next opportunity. Okay, thank you.